well, working with them. And I enjoyed everything that I did over there.
That's great. So, I mean, you had boots on ground and get put to work right away.
Right away.
So, since we're talking about overseas, you also went to Pretoria and you were in Baghdad for several months. Can you tell us a little bit more what that experience was like as a woman? And between those two places, which one was the most exciting?
So I went to Pretoria because of my background in the Directors Research Group.
Mm-hmm.
I went to advance the director to help set up some meetings in South Africa for him and his delegation, which was very interesting, and I enjoyed every bit of it. I would say Baghdad, I enjoyed more. Again, it was chaotic.
Mm-hmm.
Baghdad, I acted an ALAD out there for months, and I was responsible for kidnappings of U.S. citizens primarily, and had an opportunity to work a lot with the military, to work a lot with Department of State and other entities, which for me, boots on ground again. Day one, I get there. Day two, knock at the door, and there's been an explosion, and there's a meeting, and I need to go to this meeting. I have no idea what I'm doing.
Gosh.
I need to go to this meeting, but that's where I met one of the best friends today. He was with the Department of State, and we maintain friendship. And we get there, and there is literally a vest on the desk, and this desk has all types of shrapnel on it. And it was a vest that belonged to one of the females from the Department of State. Thank God she survived it.
Oh gosh.
But just the proximity of where the explosion occurred, she had walked out of the room and left her vest near her chair where she was sitting. She had gone to the ladies' room when the explosion occurred. But that vest would tell you, told us a lot, right, in terms of that explosive.
So she was in the room. I mean, she had just stepped out of the room. Oh my gosh! So she would have.
But there were many other casualties.
Right.
So she, thank God,
she was
survived it. Yes. So that was kind of day two of being boots on ground.
Welcome to Baghdad.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
That's intense.
Intense.
Good
work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good work.
Wow. So 6 months there. So you must have worked with some of the agents here at WFO as well.
So yeah. So we when we were over there, because I was actually in the embassy, but we also had the Baghdad Operations Center. So a lot of that was work with the Baghdad Operations Center. So I would work along with the agents in the Baghdad Operations Center, who would then work along with the agents back here.
Okay. Wow. Well, that's a really great experience. I didn't get to go to any high threat environment other than Israel. And I do remember being asked, do you want to come and apply for the Ligat? And I did work Hamas for several years, and I read a lot about all the things that happened there, right? You know, the suicide bombings and school buses being targeted. And all I could think was, no, I'm sorry. I have a 60-year-old back then. She was 4 years old, right? But I couldn't see myself living there. And it's Israel. I mean, it's a beautiful place. It's technically safe. But every now and then there are attacks. And I just said no. And I can't imagine being in Baghdad, which is like you said, day number 2, you're like responding to an explosion, to an attack, basically.
Yes.
So,